When you're looking at a resume, a cover letter, other materials that people submit throughout the application process, what are a couple of the things that you look for? And I'll let anybody take this and jump in.
I mean, I guess it depends on the role. So if I'm recruiting for an editorial position, I'm going to see what type of experience they have, what kind of background they have, if they have an internship, a blog, something that is relevant to whatever that editorial position is. Internships are really good. Past experience. What have you done work-wise through college? Things like that. When you're entry level, you have to be able to totally differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack. And how do you do that? Maybe you have a blog. Maybe you've developed your own website. You've developed an app. I think those types of things are really going to make you stand out from the rest of the crowd.
I think also for us, one of the things I look for is first of all, I always look for a cover letter. And in particular, I want to see and find out why you want to be at Vox Media, right? So we talked about the importance about the job, which I agree with. But for us, I want to know that you didn't just throw your resume to the same job at all four of us, for all four of our companies, but you know enough about our company and you've done your research to say, this is why I want to do this with you. It's just one of those personal things. The more you tell someone else why you like them, they probably will like you a little bit more, right? So it's kind of human nature. But I want to know that you've done your research and that you show it in the cover letter.
Yeah, I'll take the opposite tack of I actually don't look at cover letters.
Great.
And it's insane that I haven't hands-on recruited for a little while, but when you look at the applications when they come through in the system, I mean, I can have a funny anecdote as someone who works at Google that I can remember seeing, applications. Hi, HR manager at Yahoo, and things. So to your point, don't get them wrong. If you do them, make sure that they're not sort of sent out to everybody. So be specific. But I don't look at them because to me, there's a lot more in terms of I know what I'm looking for, and I need to see that it's there in the resume, and that's more important. So I think the key things, and to Joe's point actually, having that thing, what is going to differentiate you from everybody else who's applying, so which goes back to the storytelling piece and having the passion, being that general athlete, but the story that flows through, even at entry level, you can evidence the passion, evidence the fact that you've put the work in. This is something I'm passionate about. Here's a link to a blog. Here's a link to anything else that can reflect the work you've done, whether it be an internship. And you don't need to have 10 different internships. You can have several different ones, but if they weave their way through and you can sort of see the breadth and depth that you're showing in what you have done, I think those things are really important. Oh, and no typos. No grammatical errors.
This is why I like cover letters.
So I would absolutely say, have other people read your resume. Read it backwards, someone once said to me, because if you read it backwards, you're not actually reading the words, but you're looking for those typos. But the fastest thing to get a resume moved to the no pile is that sloppiness, because we're looking for details and specificity.